My beloved child, I call you to listen closely, for I am here, and I see your heart longing for hope, yearning to know that you are cherished beyond measure, and I am eager to remind you that you are not alone. I hold you in my hands, and I see every tear, every joy, every moment you feel uncertain, and I whisper to you that my love never fails, never wavers, never drifts away even when you think all is lost. Indeed, I am the one who stands by your side, even when you turn aside, because my devotion does not rely on your perfection, but on the unchanging nature of who I am. Accept this truth, and do not let fear convince you otherwise, for in this very second, I embrace you with the assurance that I will guide you into brighter tomorrows. Look ahead, for my light goes before you, revealing pathways of hope and promise. I am always with you, and though the night may seem dark, the dawn is inevitable. The sun will rise, and I will make your heart sing with renewed confidence. I do not step away even when you stumble, for I, your Creator, have formed you with infinite care, molding your uniqueness with my own hands, loving each detail in ways you cannot fully comprehend. Trust that I have not left you, and that my arms of mercy are wide open to catch you every time you fall, to mend every hurting place, and to reassure you of the purpose I have written upon your life. Never doubt that I delight in every moment you draw near, because you matter deeply to me, and I will always fight for your joy. Believe in my presence, and walk forward with the certainty that I am already preparing blessings for you. Take courage, dear one, because I have fashioned you with care and clothed you in my grace, and there is nothing that could ever snatch you from my hand. You do not walk this journey abandoned or unprotected, for I remain your constant shield, your unwavering fortress, standing guard when you feel most vulnerable, and singing songs of deliverance over you in the stillness of your nights. When the storms roar and uncertainty rages, recall that I am the gentle voice speaking calm into your soul, reminding you to look beyond the chaos and see my safe harbor. I insist you remember my love is steadfast, unchanging, and certain, lighting your path with everlasting hope. Dare to believe that this love will unfold miracles you have yet to imagine, and step boldly into the promises I have for you. I formed you with the same word that set galaxies spinning, and I regard you as a priceless jewel in my sight, more precious than all the treasures of the earth. I see into your heart, noticing every quiver of excitement, each dream that you nurture, and every hidden hope waiting to flourish under my gaze. My child, I rejoice whenever you remember me, whenever you whisper a simple prayer or even murmur my name in the hush of your thoughts, for my joy overflows when you welcome my presence. Nothing in this world can diminish the value I have placed on you, and no flaw or mistake can tarnish the radiance I see in your spirit. Take hold of this revelation, and do not let the burdens of self-doubt obscure the grandeur of how you have been fashioned. You are uniquely crafted, unlike any other, and I delight in the original beauty shining from the depths of your being. Do you realize how dearly I hold you in my thoughts? I keep track of your every step, and I wait eagerly for the moments you remember to speak with me, for your voice is sweeter to my ears than any melody. My heart warms when you laugh with genuine excitement, and I cradle your sorrow when you break down with tears that seem endless, for I am intimately acquainted with your every emotion. Do not forget that I shaped each beat of your heart, weaving into your soul gifts and strengths that you can use to bless the world around you. Never underestimate the impact of the talents I have placed in you, for I gave them intentionally, so you would shine a bright light of encouragement in spaces that seem shadowy. So stand with your head held high and know that your identity rests securely in my hands, grounded in the power of my unfailing affection. I celebrate you, and I want you to celebrate too. anticipating my goodness in every chapter of your journey. I know that some days feel heavier than others, and I see when you struggle to stand, weighed down by worry over your family, your future, or even the silent battles no one else knows. I have witnessed your weary moments, the nights when sleep evades you and fear seems to growl like a persistent storm. But even in those dark nights of the soul, I am there, gently cradling you when your mind spins with anxiety you cannot seem to quiet. I never shun your pain or consider it insignificant, because I am the one who knows every detail of your story, from your first breath to this very moment. It aches my heart when you feel alone, for I long to remind you of my nearness, whispering words of compassion to calm your racing thoughts. My arms are ever ready to give you rest, so please lean on me when the weight feels unbearable. When you encounter the challenges of daily life, I urge you not to be dismayed, because my strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my peace can surpass every fear. I watch over you like a shepherd, carefully tending his flock, guiding you away from treacherous paths, nudging you gently toward safe pastures. Though troubles may swirl around you, do not lose heart, for these trials are but a season, and I am already working behind the scenes to transform what seems impossible into a testimony of my faithfulness. I have not forgotten you, nor have I abandoned the plans I have promised to complete in your life. When your mind is tempted to spiral into hopelessness, remember that I have parted seas before, rescued hearts from the darkest pits, and caused walls to crumble with a single breath of my command. In your distress, do not hide from me, but rather lift your face and see that my eyes are always upon you, shining with tender devotion. Let go of the fear that you are too broken, too flawed, or too lost to be accepted by me. I want you to understand that my mercy extends beyond any boundary you can imagine, and my forgiveness reaches you no matter how far you feel you have strayed. Even when you slip or knowingly wander, I am the good shepherd who leaves the 99 to seek the one that is lost. And if you have felt lost, know that I actively search for you with unwavering determination. My heart overflows with compassion for the burdens you carry, and I stand ready to lift them from your shoulders and place upon you a garment of praise. In my presence, condemnation is replaced with hope, guilt is replaced with purpose, and your worst mistakes become the raw material for a powerful testament of my redeeming love. So do not hesitate to return to me, because I do not cast aside the wounded. I heal them. I am your shield, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper, for I fortify you with my divine protection. When the storms of life rage, picture me standing before you like a mighty fortress, safeguarding your mind from the howling winds of doubt and discouragement. You may see only the mounting waves, but I see the horizon beyond them, and I am able to still the tempest with a single word. Remember that I parted the sea for my children in ancient times, and I will part the sea of your troubles now, carving a pathway for you to walk on dry ground. Do not cower in despair, for I am your God who keeps every promise, and I have said I will rescue you from the snare of the enemy. Yes, I know you cannot always see the outcome, but rest in my sovereignty, for I take care of the results when you put your trust in me. Even in your day-to-day routines, I protect you in ways you do not perceive, deflecting dangers that never touch you, preventing mishaps you never realize, and orchestrating moments of unexpected grace. I assign angels to watch over you, to guard you, and to deliver you from hidden traps along your path, for I care about every detail of your existence. No matter how anxious you may feel, or how loud the voices of criticism ring, my voice of protection overrules them, telling you that I have carved you into the palm of my hand. Be assured of this constant watchfulness, and let your heart lighten, knowing that my vigilance never slumbers. Cling to the promise that I will be with you always, in every valley, on every mountaintop, and in every mundane task that consumes your days. Move forward with the knowledge that nothing can snatch you away from my protective embrace. I invite you to speak with me without hesitation, to share your joys and sorrows, your triumphs and stumbles, because I yearn to hear your voice in every season. You do not need elaborate rituals or complicated words, for I welcome the simplest cry, the smallest plea, the quietest hope. When you pray, you align your spirit with mine, awakening a deeper intimacy between us, and I pour out my peace that transcends understanding. Do not worry if you stumble over words, because I already know the longings of your heart, and I appreciate the genuine cry of your soul more than any polished speech. If you find yourself hesitant, remember that I do not judge your expressions. I cherish your honesty, and I draw near to the brokenhearted. Talk to me as you would talk to a closest friend, because my ears are always open, and I never grow weary of hearing from you. In prayer, bring your burdens to me, and do not carry the weight alone, for I am strong enough to bear every fear, every dream, and every uncertainty you hold. When you breathe out your troubles in my presence, I breathe into you, my boundless calm, enabling you to see that the darkness surrounding you is temporary and my light is eternal. Surrender the need to fix everything on your own, because I delight in manifesting my glory when you realize you cannot do it by yourself. Let your heart rest from the ceaseless striving, believing that I am more than capable of turning every impossible situation into a triumph of my love. Place your trust in my unshakable foundation, and let your soul exhale the anxieties that have weighed you down. I promise to show up in ways that will leave you in awe, reaffirming that your prayers have never been in vain. I understand that trust does not always come easily, especially when the storms have been fierce and the promises feel distant. Yet I encourage you to cling to my word, to my eternal promises that stand firm through every generation, and to my proven track record of rescuing and redeeming those who call upon me. Reflect on the testimonies of the past, how I delivered my people from bondage, provided manna in the wilderness, and brought water from a rock in a barren land. If I could do those things for others, can I not do even more for you now? Yes, indeed, I can and will, for I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Lift your eyes and see that my power is not diminished, my hand is not shortened, and I am more than able to fulfill what I have spoken to your heart. Be assured, my child, that I see the bigger picture, the intricate tapestry that is your life, woven with threads of both triumph and trial. Even in moments that feel unbearably heavy, I am gently shifting each strand into place, ensuring that nothing is wasted, that every experience is transformed into a purposeful design. You may not always comprehend my methods, but trust that my knowledge transcends human logic, and I know precisely how to lead you from this present moment into the brightness of your promised destiny. With my guidance, your heartbreak becomes your testimony, your difficulty becomes your breakthrough, and your tears water the seeds of a future harvest. Look beyond what is immediately in front of you, and realize that the path I set before you leads to restoration, hope, and renewed joy. Hold tight to my hand, for I am orchestrating far more than you can perceive. Do not fear your enemies, whether they come as physical threats, spiritual darkness, or even the internal whispers of self-doubt that attempt to derail you. Instead, come to me, your strong tower, for I will shelter you under the shadow of my wings, keeping you safe and granting you the clarity to see which battles to fight and which to leave in my hands. You need not wrestle alone, for I promise to go before you, leveling mountains, breaking through gates of bronze, and cutting asunder bars of iron. Believe that I am your mighty warrior, the Lord of hosts, who fights on your behalf and claims victory for you. In the face of every onslaught, remember that my name is a fortress, and the righteous run into it and find refuge. Rest in the certainty that with me by your side, no adversary can ultimately prevail against you. I see the places where you are longing for miracles, from financial breakthroughs to emotional healing, from mended relationships to a clearer sense of direction. Do not discount the small signs of my intervention that appear throughout your days, for these glimpses of my goodness are but the beginning of something far greater. A sudden phone call that brings relief, an unexpected door opening, or a kind word at just the right time. None of these happenings are coincidences. Rather, they are my gentle ways of reminding you that I hear your prayers, that I am intimately involved in your story, and that my power is always active. Keep your eyes open for the subtle wonders I orchestrate, for they are the seeds of a deeper, more astonishing harvest I have planned for you. Place your faith in my timing and rejoice even in the smallest manifestation of my grace. When you feel you cannot go on, remember that I have promised to renew your strength like the eagles. I will help you soar above the tempests, giving you fresh perspective on the hardships below. You may feel battered, but I am capable of lifting you up, replacing your fatigue with a fresh surge of energy that testifies to my sustaining hand. Let my spirit breathe life into your weary soul, setting ablaze a hope that defeats despair. Where others see defeat, I see a fertile ground for a new beginning. Where others see a desert, I see the place for springs of fresh water to burst forth. You never need to rely solely on human strength or resources, because my storehouses are limitless, and I am ever eager to bestow favor upon you. Yes, I have a glorious plan for your future. Even if you cannot see it yet, I am charting a course that will lead you to discover fresh horizons of opportunity and radiant fields of blessing. Your past failures do not define you, nor do they stop me from accomplishing what I have purposed. If anything, those missteps serve as stepping stones that deepen your empathy, sharpen your resolve, and position you to appreciate the magnitude of my grace. Trust that I can make beauty from ashes, turning your mourning into dancing, and your sorrow into a new song of praise. Cast your cares upon me, and watch as I turn setbacks into setups for unimaginable breakthroughs. Embrace the knowledge that I am working all things together for your good, weaving even the fragments of your disappointments into a tapestry of redemption. I long to see you walk in freedom, to watch as you cast off the shackles of fear, rejection, and shame, and choose instead to clothe yourself with the robes of righteousness I have provided. Step into the identity I have bestowed upon you, beloved, chosen, redeemed, and let no one convince you otherwise. The enemy may remind you of your past, but I call you by your future, inviting you into a destiny shaped by my everlasting word. Hear me when I say, "You are mine," and understand that in that declaration lies the fullness of your worth and the guarantee of my everlasting commitment. Do not be weighed down by what others think or say, for my voice is the final authority in your life. Reflect on the times when I carried you through difficulties you never thought you'd survive, the moments you look back upon and wonder how you even made it. Was it not my grace that sustained you, my wisdom that guided you, and my love that comforted you in ways no human could? Let those recollections fuel your confidence for the next step, the next challenge, the next giant that appears on your path. Take heart, for I do not bring you this far only to leave you. I am faithful to complete the work I have begun in you, nurturing the seeds of perseverance, compassion, and unwavering faith that are taking root in your heart. Today, choose to stand taller in that assurance and see how I will multiply your strength, granting you a future brimming with promise. I never grow tired of reminding you that prayer is your lifeline to my heart, a direct channel through which your worries, dreams, and confessions reach me instantly. You may feel unworthy or insignificant at times, but let me assure you that your voice has incredible power, able to move mountains of adversity and usher in new seasons of abundance. My ear is inclined toward you, and every earnest petition you offer reverberates in the courts of heaven, capturing my undivided attention. Resist the temptation to give in to silence, thinking your pleas go unheard, because I am actively working in realms you cannot see, shaping outcomes and aligning circumstances for your good. Keep knocking, keep asking, and keep seeking, because I am the God who opens doors and reveals hidden treasures to those who remain persistent in faith. No disappointment, no betrayal, and no heartbreak escapes my notice, and for each wound you carry, I extend my healing touch. Like a master craftsman, I am restoring every broken fragment of your life, fashioning it into a vessel that can carry more wisdom and compassion than ever before. In time, you will see how I use even the cracks in your heart to shine light into dark places, making you a beacon of hope for others who struggle. Indeed, your experiences, though painful, will serve as testimonies of my sustaining mercy and will empower you to walk alongside those who feel similarly broken. Do not lose hope in your own healing, for I am the great physician, mending the weary and binding up the wounded, reviving those who feel drained and lifeless. Embrace the process, for the outcome will exceed your greatest expectations. I call you to trust me with your future plans, from your career to your personal aspirations and every silent ambition you harbor in your heart. Offer them to me, let them rest on my altar of purpose, and watch how I breathe life into them at the perfect moment. My timing may not align with your desired schedule, but I assure you that it is infinitely better, guided by a wisdom that sees beyond the horizon. Resist the urge to compare your path with others, for I have set a unique journey before you, tailored to bring out the highest potential I have planted within you. Yielding to my direction can sometimes feel like stepping into unknown territory, but realize that every step in faith draws you closer to the spectacular unveiling of my plan. Do not shrink back in fear, but press on, determined to see my promises come to fruition in your life. Yes, I know you've faced moments of utter exhaustion, wondering how you can possibly serve others when you feel so depleted yourself. Yet, my grace is sufficient for you, enabling you to give from a well that I continually refill. Let me teach you how to rest in my presence, to find quiet streams of refreshment in worship and reflection, because I do not want you to run dry. I long to see your spirit revitalized, your mind renewed, and your body strengthened for the tasks ahead. As you learn to abide in me, you'll discover a deeper reservoir of endurance, a peace that surpasses frantic efforts, and a joy that defies the pressures of daily life. Breathe in my presence and exhale the stress that has clung to you. Trust that I am able to renew what has been spent and to resurrect what feels dormant. You are my delight, and nothing pleases me more than seeing you walk in the fullness of the life I have intended for you. Let my word be a lamp to your feet, an unwavering guide that clarifies your path and dispels confusion. Do not rely solely on your own understanding, for human wisdom can falter, but my counsel stands firm through every age. Draw near to me, and I will enlighten your decisions, correct your missteps, and lead you toward a future more fulfilling than your wildest dreams. Hold fast to the truth that when you seek me, you will find me, and in finding me, you will discover new dimensions of purpose, harmony, and wholeness. Keep walking forward, for each step takes you deeper into the reality of my promises. Even as you read these words, I am touching your heart, stirring seeds of hope that may have been buried beneath layers of disappointment or cynicism. Let my love break through the crust of your defenses, warming the soil of your soul so that fresh buds of faith can sprout and flourish. My gaze upon you is not one of judgment, but of acceptance and compassion, for I know precisely what shaped you, both the triumphs and the trials. When you open yourself to my transformative touch, you allow me to do what I do best: bring life where there is barrenness, joy where there is sorrow, and peace where there is turmoil. Therefore, release your burdens into my hands and embrace the gentle whisper of my spirit, calling you to hope again. For you, I have a bright tomorrow where the light of my grace dispels every shadow. Take time to celebrate even the small steps you make, because I rejoice with you in every victory, no matter how seemingly insignificant. The journey of faith is not a sprint, but a marathon, and I applaud your perseverance each day you choose to keep running despite your weariness. Learn to see my hand in the ordinary moments, from the sunrise that greets you each morning to the supportive friend who brightens your day. These are not random occurrences, but carefully orchestrated reminders that I am intimately involved in your life. Cherish each glimpse of my favor as a reaffirmation of my nearness, and let them fuel your anticipation for greater breakthroughs yet to come. Above all, remain expectant, for I am a God who delights in surprising my children with blessings beyond their imagination. Do not be ashamed to admit that you need me, that you crave a deeper knowledge of my presence, because acknowledging your dependence is the first step toward genuine strength. When you humble yourself and seek my face, I draw near, flooding your spirit with clarity and direction you can never obtain through mere willpower. Let me carry you when you're weak, guide you when you're lost, and counsel you when you're unsure. This intimate dance of dependency is not a sign of frailty, but a testament to the beautiful design of a Creator who desires union with His creation. Surrender your pride at my feet, and you will experience the incredible fullness of life that is only possible in partnership with me. Dare to believe that my power is made complete in your vulnerability. Keep your heart soft before me, resisting the bitterness that tries to creep in when life deals its harshest blows. Anger and resentment can erect a wall between us, blocking the flow of my healing grace. Instead, choose to forgive, even if it feels impossible, trusting that I will supply the strength you need to release the debt you feel is owed to you. Forgiveness is not about excusing wrongs, but about cutting the chains that hold you captive to the past, freeing you to move forward into the blessings I have prepared. You are not meant to remain stuck in cycles of regret or indignation, for I have called you to walk in liberty. Step out from behind the walls that pain has built, and find that my comforting arms are waiting to embrace you in pure acceptance. Treasure the moments of reflection and solitude, for in the stillness I speak with a voice more subtle than the roar of life's demands. Listen for my gentle nudges, the small but insistent urges to show kindness, to pursue peace, or to rest at my feet. These are the seeds of guidance I plant along your way, leading you toward a life of greater meaning and deeper fulfillment. Do not rush past these sacred whispers in your hurry to accomplish tasks, because you might miss an invitation to experience my glory in a fresh way. Be patient with yourself, understanding that learning to discern my voice is a lifelong journey, and each day you grow more attuned to my heart. Embrace the quiet, and let me speak wonders into the silence of your waiting. In the gentle hush of your soul, I am speaking life and renewal, urging you to release the burdens that weigh so heavily and to place them in my capable hands, for I am the same one who breathed stars into existence. I know precisely how to orchestrate circumstances to bring forth the fullest potential in you, no matter how barren your situation appears on the surface, because my word is never void of power. Even when you do not sense my presence, I am near, preparing you for growth, pruning away what is dead or harmful, so that you may flourish more abundantly in the coming days. Every season, be it wintry or spring-like, serves a divine purpose, refining your faith and revealing my steadfast grace in your life. Let your heart rest on the knowledge that I am carefully writing every chapter, ensuring a triumphant conclusion awaits. Sometimes I allow you to walk through valleys not because I want to harm you, but because I desire to mold your character and strengthen your reliance on me. Like I did for my children long ago, leading them through wilderness places, parting seas at the precise moment of need, causing walls to crumble before them, I will guide you through the twists and turns of life with the same unwavering faithfulness. Realize that these challenges are not intended to break you, but to build your spirit into a shining testimony of endurance and trust. Do not fix your gaze on the darkness, but rather on my light that illuminates the path ahead, for I do not abandon my own. Even in the valley, I plant seeds of hope, and those seeds will grow into majestic oaks of strength and resilience. Do you recall how David once stood against Goliath with nothing but a sling and a few stones, relying solely on my name for victory? That same power dwells with you now, enabling you to face towering obstacles without fear. When you feel inadequate or ill-equipped, remember that my strength is made perfect in your weakness, and it is not by might nor by your own power, but by my Spirit that true triumph is realized. Therefore, lift your head high, for no giant can withstand the force of my presence in your life, and no adversity is too great for me to overcome. Trust in me wholeheartedly, and you will witness how I transform your humble steps of faith into monumental breakthroughs. When you yearn for comfort and cannot seem to find solace, picture me as the caring father who rushes out to welcome the wayward child, arms open wide in unconditional acceptance. Even if you've drifted, even if regret weighs heavily on your heart, my love remains the same, ever ready to cloak you in the finest robe and celebrate your return. I see your every flaw and still choose to draw you close, for I am a God whose mercy defies human comprehension, renewing your spirit and washing away every stain of guilt. Do not hesitate to run into my embrace, for I am waiting, ready to restore what has been lost and to heal every wound that has left you aching. Take solace in my consistency, for I do not change with the shifting tides of human emotion. I understand the questions that linger in your mind, the uncertainties about your purpose, your relationships, and your destiny, and I want you to know that I hold the answers. Though it may not always align with your timetable, I will reveal wisdom to you, often in the quiet stillness of a surrendered heart or through divinely orchestrated situations that make my plans undeniable. Stay attentive, for I can use the most unexpected voices, a stranger's encouragement, a child's laughter, even a sudden pause in your hectic day, to communicate my guidance and love. Let your soul be at peace, trusting that I am weaving together the events of your life for a grand and glorious outcome. As you open your heart to my direction, you will notice miracles blossoming in places once barren. Today, let me remind you, do not worry about tomorrow, about whether you have enough resources, connections, or abilities, for I am the God who fed multitudes with just a few loaves and fish. My provision is not limited by earthly constraints, and I delight in confounding human logic to demonstrate the depths of my abundance. Even in your hardest financial struggles or seasons of lack, my hand is not shortened, and I am able to supply beyond what you can imagine. Keep your eyes fixed on me, acknowledging that I am both your provider and your protector, orchestrating financial breakthroughs, opening doors of opportunity, and placing strategic helpers along your path at precisely the right moment. Let go of your frantic attempts to control and watch how my favor moves on your behalf. I am also the one who mends shattered hearts, the one who intimately understands the pain of betrayal or loss. When sorrow seems to overwhelm you, remember that I drew near to weeping souls throughout the ages, from those who lamented in the Psalms to those who wept at my son's side for loved ones gone. In each sorrow I was present, offering comfort and a glimpse of future joy to come. And so, even now, I stand beside you, collecting your tears, cherishing everyone, and promising to wipe them away in due season. I will breathe new life into those dark corners of your soul, turning your mourning into dancing and your sorrow into songs of praise. Hold on tightly, for dawn always follows the blackest part of night. When you think of your calling, your dreams, and your aspirations, let hope rise like a flame that no gust of discouragement can snuff out. I deposited these desires in you with intention, so that you might partner with me in bringing light to the world, each talent a reflection of my creative nature. Do not shy away from the boldness that stirs within your spirit, for I empower the called, equipping them to fulfill tasks that may seem far beyond their capabilities. Just as I called Moses, even though he felt inadequate to speak, I can use your weaknesses to magnify my glory, turning stammering tongues into voices of leadership and faith. So step out with anticipation, expecting me to meet you in your uncertainty with a grace that is nothing short of miraculous. Let my peace fill your home, your workplace, and every environment you enter, radiating warmth even in places of tension and conflict. I long for you to be a peacemaker, extending compassion and understanding to those who may not deserve it, but who desperately need a glimpse of my love in their lives. Just as I have reconciled you to myself, so do I call you to be an instrument of reconciliation among the people you encounter each day. Sometimes this will require humility, swallowing pride, or speaking gentle words when anger threatens to explode. Yet as you yield to my spirit, you become a vessel of transformative peace, breaking down barriers and testifying to the power of divine love. Carry that sense of calm into the future, knowing that each step you take in grace multiplies the light. I tell you these things because I want you to flourish in all areas, not just spiritually, but also mentally, emotionally, and physically. Your body, your mind, and your soul are interwoven gifts, and I care deeply about your holistic well-being. Let me remind you to rest, to nourish yourself with both good sustenance and positive thoughts, and to take care of your physical form as a temple of my spirit. Do not be harsh with yourself or push beyond healthy limits, believing that self-neglect somehow honors me. I want you whole, energized, and ready to serve with vibrancy and passion, for in that vitality you shine my light to the world. As you value yourself in the way I value you, you reflect my love to everyone around you. When fear attempts to wrap its chains around your heart, remember that I have not given you a spirit of timidity, but one of power and love. The enemy may roar like a lion, but he is a defeated foe, and my victorious roar resonates with far greater authority. You are clothed in armor that I have crafted, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, and the sword of my word. Wield these spiritual tools boldly, not retreating when doubt hisses in your ear or when discouragement tries to wear you down. You are a conqueror through my might, never destined to cower in shadows, but called to march forth in triumphant confidence. Take courage, for even the greatest adversities are dwarfed by my majesty. I also invite you to remember the Sabbath principle of rest in me, for it is in quiet trust that you regain clarity and energy to press on. Let your spirit exhale the stress of the week, turning your gaze away from hectic schedules and toward my calming presence. In the midst of obligations and to-do lists, stealing moments to refocus on me helps you remain tethered to peace. My desire is not for you to live in perpetual exhaustion, but for you to discover the rhythm of grace that balances work, worship, and genuine rest. Embrace my invitation to lay down your weariness, and you will find that your cup of energy and hope refills, ready to overflow onto others. Even as you walk through life, I urge you to be mindful of the blessings I shower upon you daily. The rising sun, the laughter of loved ones, the small victories at your job. These are not random bursts of luck, but rather intentional tokens of my kindness. Cultivating gratitude opens your eyes to how truly involved I am in your existence, reminding you to appreciate the gifts you've already received. Whenever discouragement seeps in, count your blessings as a way to lift your spirit above the fog of negativity. Each moment of thankfulness draws you deeper into the awareness of my extravagant generosity, assuring you that I will continue to provide in wonderful and unexpected ways. At times, my plans may seem to contradict your instincts or defy your sense of comfort, but I ask you to walk in obedience nonetheless. When I urge you to forgive someone who has wronged you, or to give generously despite feeling you have little to spare, it is because I have prepared a greater blessing on the other side of that faith step. Obedience is not about rigid adherence to rules. It is the gateway to deeper intimacy with me, allowing you to align your heart with mine. Though it can be challenging, remember the triumphs of those who obeyed in Scripture, from the widow who gave her last bit of oil to the apostle who cast his net at my command. Their stories stand as proof that following my voice leads to unmatched rewards and profound personal transformation. I am unceasingly fascinated by your potential, by the dreams you harbor, some of which you have shared with me, and others you have buried in fear. I want to fan the embers of every dream that aligns with my character, stirring your imagination and reminding you that with me, all things are possible. You may think you lack the connections or qualifications to bring these visions to life, but I possess the power to open doors that no one can shut and to connect you with helpers who see the brilliance I have deposited in you. Your role is to stay willing, to keep your heart obedient, and to step forward when I nudge you, regardless of how illogical it may appear in the moment. In due time, you will stand amazed at what I have brought forth from your faith. In the course of pursuing your calling, expect setbacks and do not be alarmed by them. Even the greatest heroes of faith experienced moments of failure or seasons of delay before witnessing my promises come to fruition. When a door closes, perhaps it is my way of redirecting you toward a path more suited to your gifts, or of timing events so that the greatest glory will be revealed later. Refuse to let disappointment harden your heart, but rather place it into my hands, believing that I know best what is needed. Use each setback as a stepping stone, gleaning wisdom and humility that will better equip you for the amazing journeys ahead. Take courage in the knowledge that your story is far from over. Keep in mind that you are an ambassador of my grace, a living example of redemption's power. In your workplace, among family, or in casual encounters at the grocery store, show kindness that reflects the kindness I extend to you daily. It might be a smile, a patient word, or a small act of service, but do it wholeheartedly, remembering that such gestures are seeds planted for an eternal harvest. You never know who needs that exact gesture of empathy or encouragement at a crucial moment. Being my hands and feet in the world means you become a carrier of hope, and such hope can radically change another person's day or even their life. Therefore, seize every opportunity to let your actions mirror the compassion and patience I have shown you. If you ever doubt your worth, recall that I formed you in my own image, imprinted my likeness upon your very being, and placed my signature of love upon your heart. I see beyond your outward appearance, delving into your innermost thoughts and motivations, and still I call you precious. Each cell, each trait, each longing of your soul was handcrafted to showcase a singular facet of my beauty. No matter what the world may say or how it may measure your significance, my estimation remains constant and true. You are treasured, you are valued, and you are indispensable to the tapestry of humanity. Let my view be your mirror, reflecting a truth that can dispel any lie whispered by insecurity or judgment. Embrace the journey of personal growth, for I am always at work, sanctifying you through challenges, triumphs, and everyday interactions. Like an artisan refining raw gold, I use the heat of life's circumstances to remove impurities, revealing the radiance within. Although it can feel uncomfortable when your character is tested, trust that I am shaping you into a vessel of honor. Remember that my goal is never to break your spirit, but to peel away the layers that obstruct my light from shining forth. With every layer removed, you reflect my nature more fully, becoming a beacon of hope in dark spaces. Remain teachable, remain open, and watch as I continually mold you into a reflection of my heart. Consider how I moved in the lives of those who felt insignificant. The shepherd boy who became a king, the captive girl who influenced a mighty general, the timid disciple who became a pillar of the early church. In all these narratives, my power was not hindered by human limitations, and indeed I magnified my name through their perceived weaknesses. So if you feel too small, too unqualified, or too broken, recall these stories and realize that I specialize in revealing my greatness through the unlikeliest vessels. Take solace that your inadequacies do not frighten me. Rather, they invite me to display my power in you, turning your life into a demonstration of impossible grace. Rejoice that I chose you just as I chose them. When you speak with me, know that I delight in honest, heartfelt prayers more than polished speeches. If frustration bubbles inside you, do not be afraid to express it openly, for I see your emotions anyway, and I value authenticity far more than pretense. Release your anger, your sorrow, or your confusion into my presence, and let me transform them into stepping stones of growth. Sometimes your greatest breakthroughs will arise from your rawest confessions, as you discover the depths of my patience and the profundity of my love. Through it all, I remain unwavering in my commitment to your well-being, longing to draw you ever closer, even in seasons when your faith feels fragile. Trust me enough to be real, and you will find a deeper intimacy that grounds and strengthens you. Look to the future with anticipation, for I have promised that every tear will eventually be wiped away, and all sorrow replaced with everlasting joy. Although the world may seem turbulent, do not be dismayed, for I am not shaken. My sovereignty is an unbreakable rock, and I am guiding history toward the culmination of my perfect plan. Rest in the truth that you belong to me, and that ultimately, nothing can separate you from my love, neither hardship nor trial, neither life nor death. Let this reality anchor you in the storms, reminding you that your destiny is secure in my grasp. Lift your eyes and behold that the horizon is ablaze with my glory, signaling a future brimming with hope. Gently, I urge you to practice compassion toward yourself and others, for harsh self-judgment or unforgiveness toward those around you only erects walls that hinder my healing. Lower those walls and see how I pour my grace like a river, washing away bitterness and opening new possibilities for fellowship. Believe it or not, your vulnerability can be the key that unlocks deeper connection, for when you share your struggles and let others see your humanity, you mirror my heart more than when you hide behind self-made facades. My love is not prideful or distant. It is close, personal, and unashamed to stoop down and lift up. Therefore, embrace humility, knowing that it reflects my Son's example, a king who served to the point of ultimate sacrifice. Let hope be your anthem as you continue forward, for I have prepared wonders you have yet to imagine. You may see only a small segment of the road ahead, but I have traced its entirety from beginning to end and marked it with opportunities for growth, moments of divine encounter, and blessings that arrive just when they are most needed. Hold on to faith, for faith is the bridge that spans the gap between what is visible and what is promised. With every courageous step, that bridge becomes more solid, more capable of bearing the weight of your concerns and your deepest desires. Remember, I walk with you, ensuring that you do not undertake this journey alone. So be strong and courageous, confident in my nearness, unwavering in the belief that each step carries you closer to fulfillment. If weariness still clings to you, pause to remember the many times I have rescued, provided, and healed in the past. Let your memory serve as a treasure chest of testimonies, reminding you that I am undeniably faithful. Even if you do not feel immediate relief, trust that I am weaving together details in the spiritual realm, so that what you experience in the physical will align with my perfect plan at the perfect time. My ways may confound your logic, but my heart for you never changes, and it is a heart set on redemption, restoration, and renewal. Look ahead, for the path of my righteousness leads to abundant life, a life that holds more of my presence and more of my purpose. Take comfort in this, for I am the author and finisher of your faith. Now, as you continue to ponder these truths, let them sink deeply into your spirit, forming a wellspring of encouragement. Each promise is like a seed planted in fertile ground, poised to grow and flourish as you water it with expectation and prayer. You do not journey alone. A cloud of witnesses, both in heaven and among your fellow believers, lifts you up in unity and love. Therefore, persevere in the tasks laid before you, assured that your labor is not in vain when it is done for my glory. These trials you face will produce endurance, shaping you into a living testimony of what happens when my grace meets a willing soul. You will stand as a beacon that draws others out of their darkness, pointing them to the hope you have found. Even when you fail, remember that I am a God of second chances, and third, and fourth, and many more, because my mercy is beyond measure. Do not let regret shackle you or self-condemnation rob you of joy, for my forgiveness is deeper than any fault and stronger than any shame. Let each failure be a teacher, guiding you into humility and helping you rely more fully on me. And then, stand up again, dust yourself off, and keep walking, for my grace is a sure foundation upon which you can build anew. With me, there is always a new chapter waiting to be penned, one that displays transformation and hope. Press on, beloved, for the best pages of your life's story are still being written. Yes, I am here, whispering peace into the stormiest corners of your mind, reminding you that you are not forsaken nor overlooked. Your heart, with all its complexities, is fully known by me, and I hold you with a tenderness that transcends every wound. So breathe deeply and allow my presence to fill you, healing the cracks, rekindling the passions, and ushering you into a realm of deeper faith than you've known before. Above all else, remember that my love for you is boundless, drawing you ever closer, upholding you in every season, and promising a tomorrow full of my light. Step forward, child of mine, for a glorious journey awaits, and I am faithfully by your side, guiding you into a future radiant with my promises.